get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, it's my word. He was like, hey, he had a heart attack. Then I see the lady in the booth style. He was like, hey, I'm hitting the button. So I guess she came on his intercom. He tell her something. I see her get up. She trying to look, but she can't really see. She get on the phone. Next thing you know, police is coming in. Police going from the back to the top. Every down where. See the medical coming, everybody. I'm like, everybody like, we ain't going to trial no more. I'm standing there like, oh my God. Next thing you know, I got shook. I ain't gonna lie. I got shook. The little bit of D-block I had, pause. I cheated it. I ain't know what was going on. I had to. Cheat game. I had to cheat that joint. I didn't know what was going on. This man just passed out. So I'm like, oh my God. So I tell my son, I said, yo. He was like, yo, what's going on? I was like, yo, tighten up. He was like, what's up? I said, bro, listen. I was like, I'm the dude Vic who I gave the dog food to. He was like, yeah. I said, man, he went out on that stuff. He was like, what? I said, yeah. He was like, man, that joint strong then. He said, man, that joint a 10. I said, yeah, bro, but like, that joint wild. I was like, bro, he went out on the joint though, bro. He was like, man, on the street, going out is good. I said, bro, listen, going out is not good right now. Like, this is before fit. This is before like any of that, y'all. Like, before all of that, like, this is before all of that, man. Like, dudes run really every now and then. But it have to be like a real deal missile that make a dude go out. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So they go in the joint. Next thing you know, they rushing him out on the stretcher. They taking Vic out. So they took him to medical. So he was in medical, man. So they was like, at first, we didn't think they was gonna let us go to child. So they said, all right, exit the child. They finally let us out. So all us going to child, we walking. You know what I mean? I made sure to get away from my roommate. I was like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? So I got by my homeboy. He was like, yo, what's going on? I was like, yo. He was like, man, what happened to Vic? I said, yo, bro, don't say nothing, bro. He was like, what? I said, look, I got some food. He was like, dog food? I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm the one that gave Vic the dog food to try. I said, man, that joint a cannonball. He went out on it, bro. He was like, man, that's a good thing. Then I was like, this joint crazy, man. So he went out. You know what I mean? He went out on the joint. I was like, this joint, wow. So he went to medical. I guess they revived him. Man. They brought him back. But you got to understand, around this time right here, prison is still trying to, like, they didn't have nothing to really fight. Like, they didn't have Narcans or none of that. I don't think none of that exists. Maybe it did. I don't know. But I don't know what they did to revive him. I never asked them or nothing. But all I know is he was gone for that whole day. And when he was gone for that whole day, I didn't do nothing. I had to jump cheek forever. I thought the investigator was going to run down or he was going to tell it. I didn't know what was going to happen, man. So all I know is he was gone for that whole day. And when he finally emerged, he came back in the park like this. The door opened up. It's like the next day afternoon. So he was gone a day and a half. So he come back to the door. He was like, he had his pass in his hand. He was like, open up 21, sexy. That's how I knew he was back to himself. When he see the CEO, he was like, open up 21, sexy. She was like, you okay? You okay, Vic? You all right? You sure? What's going on with you? He was like, shh. I got diabetes, and you know, I forgot what man, that's some stupid excuse. He was like, yeah, I got diabetes, and he started talking. As he started talking, he caught eye contact with me. He was like, yeah, because I got diabetes, and just open my door up. I got you. You better be careful in here. He was like, I got you. He started walking back to the cell. He trying to walk like he know him across the pod. He still lit on the low. He walked past me. He's like, hey, Weezer, we need to talk. He ain't even stop moving. I'm standing there looking at him like, man, I really don't want to talk to you, man. What you doing back so fast, man? I ain't know what to expect, man. So I played it cool. You know what I mean? I played it cool for like 30 minutes. Now I look up. My roommate is out there doing his thing now. Now I look up. I hear everybody calling my roommate, hey, J-Rock! Hey, J-Rock! I hear the rich dude, hey, Sean, hey, dude at the top door wants you, Sean, the dude from the city. Yeah, such and such from the city want to holler at you. He like, so I'm letting my roommate like, I wanted to say, you already out here? He was like, man, he didn't even have to tell me. The way dudes calling him, I'm already know he's out here doing this thing. He probably like, man, he don't care about that. Like me, I'm out here trying to be a dog food seller with a heart, like on some maniac stuff, man. My roommate was out there getting to that money. He didn't care. So he moving around. So I waited like a little bit more time. Then I finally seen Vic emerge, come out of the cell, and I pull up on him. He was like, as soon as I pull up on him, he was like, hey, man, that junk slumped me, Weezy. He was like, look, man. He said, man, that was my fault, though. That was my fault, though. I said, why? He said, cause I did the whole thing that you gave me. He said, I got that joint and it was gone. I said, man, you did the whole thing, man. He said, the whole thing, Weezy. I did the whole thing. I should have pasted. He said, but when I tasted, after I pasted, he said, man, oh man. I was like, yo, that junk powerful like that. I was like, what the people say though? He was like, man, like I ain't gonna lie, they know I took something. But I'm gonna say this. He was like, they know I took something. He was like, they probably end up giving me a P-test soon. He was like, but after they revived me and I woke up, like, you know, like I was good. Like, I want more. I said, nah, he said, nah, I know how to do it now. He said, and I'm gonna bring you some plays. And I know dudes. He said, look, this is what you do. He said, I'll be back. You know what I mean? He was like, he started walking slow again. He walked to the white dude's cell, slept in cell too. Like, I see him at the door talking to him. Then he came back, he walked up on me. He was like, hey, Weezy, you're gonna need some of this. I was like, what's that? He was like, it's coffee creamer. I said, coffee creamer? I said, man, I'm not messing that stuff up. But he said, no, look, just give me something to do it. Let me test it out. Let me do it. Let me test it out. So a little something to test, you know what I mean? So he did it, he come back and was like, yo, it's not the same effects. He was like, for real though, you just can't do a lot of it, so I'm just gonna do it raw. He was like, give me another egg, Weezy. I said, no, you're not going out again, man. No, sir. No, sir. I said, bring me some money. I'm petty. I was like, bring me some money first. Come on, bring me some plays, man. He was like, yeah, you and your roommate got it, huh? I was like, man, look, I got it. I don't know nothing about nobody else. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, I'm gonna bring you some plays. He was like, but give me an egg, though. I said, man, look. He said, man, I'm gonna make some plays tomorrow, Weezy, man. Look. That first job got me sick. I gotta go do this, sit my butt down, and get my thoughts together. But look, I need one more. Then we can work tomorrow. I said, man, all right, man, I went in my pocket. I gave him one more, y'all. So boom. Man, everything was copacetic at the moment. I looked up. My roommate coming back in the cell. He telling me like, oh, he done made this and made that. He already talking about what we gonna do for next week. He was one of those maniacs. Like J-Rock didn't care about if I gotta go to the V-room back-to-back weeks. He gonna make it shake every week he can. And that's how he was doing it, but he was making money. You know what I mean? I had to school him and let him know a few dudes, like you gonna have to trust a few dudes and make sure they got your bread. I said, but every time it ain't gonna be getting the bread first and all. I'm breaking it down, so I'm giving him the game. And we was winning. I ain't even gonna lie, we was winning off the joint. I'm making a few dollars. You know what I mean? The next day, Vic had brought me plays. Like everything was running smooth, man. But like the only thing dudes, every dude that was buying it, I'm talking about every single dude that was buying it, they was coming back saying, hey man, that junk strong, man. Y'all need to put some cut on that. Y'all need to tap dance that junk. And I'm saying in my head, like, man, for real, I ain't tap dancing on nothing. Cause I'm not finna mess my junk up. You know what I mean? Like the first time we came to Vic to do the junk on the same. So my roommate was like, I ain't tap dancing. My roommate been saying, I ain't tap dancing on nothing, shorty. So it got a little quiet, you know what I mean? So he was like, look, we're gonna go back this week. He was like, look, let's put $250 a piece. He was like, look, man, because me and him had split a little pool shot. Me and him had split a pool shot that first time. He was like, look, let's put this up and we can get the jump from my cousin for the 5. He was like, look, let's just get the 7, you know what I mean? So I'm like, it's a bet. And we can split a pool shot a piece. So that was the play for the next week. Now, the whole time, the next week, right before we waiting on this, like we have sold like decent quantities to the people, you know what I mean? So first word get back. The dude in one building, the old head dude from Richmond, I ain't gonna say his name, man. Old head dude, he liked to mess with the dog food. He went out on the joint. My word, he went out on the joint. Everybody was like, yo, they had to revive him. They took him to medical and all that. So he was the second person to fall out on this stuff. You know what I mean? So the word getting out that, yeah, dude, J-Rock, he in the cell with Weezy. They got a cannonball down there, so the word is getting out. But next thing you know, again, some people that bought something that was in 4B downstairs from us, he go out. So like it started getting spooky. That's how I looked at it, y'all. I was like, he looking at it like, yeah. I'm saying, bro, listen, you don't understand like what this investigator, like, bro, the investigator is psycho. Like the investigator, he was like, what we winning? What does it matter if we win? He was like, you got money in your pocket, don't you? Like he tried to scream on me, not really scream, he tried to snap on me, but like, I guess he just kind of got tired of me kind of like talking about it. Because I was talking about it in the sense like I was ready to throw the towel with this. I was like, after this 7, I was like, this might be my last time, because once we was waiting on this other 7 to come, it was 2 people that went out. 2 people that went out, man. Vic was like, man, that junk just power, that junk just strong missile, man. Whatever he got that stuff from, man, it's the raw, it's the riggedy, it's whatever you want to call it. Vic looked at me and said, it's the riggedy, baby, it's the riggedy. I'm like, man, that junk got to be the riggedy, man. So like, my roommate don't care what's going on. He like, yo, I don't care. They go out, that's more money. More people gonna be calling. He's like, I can't wait. You know what I mean? So I already put the money into the next time. So I'm just like, man, I'm stuck with trying to do this one, bro. You know what I mean? But I can't back out on him, man. But like, it was good money, y'all. Off that little half a pool shot, that me and him split. Man, my word, I made like $350, like profit. Like, looked out for a couple of people, looked out for Vic, looked out for a few, you know what I mean? Made my box right a little bit. I made a couple dollars off that junk, man. I invested $250, but I still doubled it up, counting the commissary and whatever the case. Like, I still made $500. As long as I do that, I'm good. Made my money back, $350 plus an extra $1.50 to go again, whatever I want to do. So I was straight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just waiting to see what the next play gonna do, man. But like, I ain't even gonna lie, through this whole time, man, like, as dudes going out on this shit, man, like, winning started feeling like losing, y'all, for some reason. So boom. And the reason why I say that is because, man, I ran across another dude that I know, man. And like, for real, when he found out I had it, he's always been a dude that been in my ear that used to wild out back in the day. He was a little older than me. He from the town. He from Norfolk. I ain't gonna say his name either, but he used to wild out back in the day. He was a wild maniac back in the day. And he kind of calmed down now that he's Muslim now. And for real, every time that he would see me trying to run around and do stuff, when he catch me, he'll still try to holler at me, but he wouldn't hate and do nothing like that. But when he found out my name was attached to the dude that got this dog food that people be going out on, I guess he made it his business to talk to me, man. So he would have a little juice with the yard and all this. So he told the dude to let me on their yard. We had the court beside them, but he was like, look, come on my court. So I get on the court with him. He see me, man. He was like, hey, look, we're going to call him Isaiah, man. You know what I mean? Isaiah was like, yo, look. He was like, yo, look, bro. He was like, man, look, why you running around here selling that poison, man, that's dropping dudes and stuff, man? I'm like, what? He was like, why you running around here selling that stuff that's dropping dudes, bro? I'm like, man, I ain't dropped nobody, man. Nobody. He was like, man, listen, they say that stuff that y'all got is the most strongest stuff to hit this compound in a minute, bro. Everybody want that stuff, bro. Everybody is fighting it. Every time y'all send anything to another pod or somebody buy a quantity of that stuff, dudes is about to fight each other over that stuff, bro. I'm like, man, that's crazy. He was like, bro, that junk strong. He was like, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you, it's good money. But he was like, how you gonna enjoy it if you go on an investigation? He was like, because eventually somebody gonna tell it. He said, somebody ain't gonna tell it. What you think? He said, people telling on people that mess with the lala. You think they ain't gonna tell on nobody that mess with the food? I was like, I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, it is what it is, though. I was like, for real, though, bro, I'm trying to get some money, man. I was like, I mean, what you want us to do? You know what I mean? He was like, look, I'm letting you know now. He said, they're gonna trace it back to you and your selling. They gonna trace it back to you and your selling, bro. He was like, look, man, how much money you done made? He said, because I know 3-4 niggas that done went out. How much money you done made? So I didn't even want to tell bro, like, damn, I only made 350, like off the books. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even want to tell him that because that sounded like a number that wasn't even worth of me even expressing to him. You know what I mean? Like, and he was just like, man, how much? I was like, bro, I made a little couple dollars, bro. Like, he was like, man, look, that ain't enough, bro. He said, you might need lawyer money. I said, what? He said, man, you might need lawyer money, man. I said, man, look, man. He said, man, look, I'm going to tell you like this. He said, I ain't never told you nothing wrong. He said, I've never told you nothing wrong. I said, nah, you haven't. I said, for real, I ain't never really see you stick your nose in how I get money either, man. So I said, I'm going to hear you out. What you talking about? He was like, look, I'm going to tell you like this. And he was like, look, man, back out of that shit. You already got something with this dude coming up. I was like, yeah. He was like, look, after that, like leave that shit alone. Because I'm letting you know, the investigator just ain't hear about it. He said, I know he's trying to figure out who got this shit and where is it coming from. He said, y'all be selling it to so many people. He said, goddamn, you know, the dope don't even stay in your system long. So when dudes go take the P test, they beating it for that. You know what I mean? Because that don't even stay in your system long. But like the investigator really didn't know, because I'm letting y'all know he's a psycho. He's a barracuda. Once he find out who got it, that man's definitely coming, yo. So boom. So I tell bro, I was like, all right, man. So I got to take it into consideration. You know what I mean? So I listened to Isaiah, man, because Isaiah a good old head, man. So I went back in the cell and hollered at my roommate, J-Rock, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I pull up on him. I said, yo, look, bro. I said, after this, we need to go ahead and chill. I said, because these dudes keep going out, bro. I said, let's get Hardy's chicken. I said, the Hardy's chicken is just even better, bro. I said, let's switch it up. I said, because ain't nobody going to go out off the Hardy's chicken, bro. He was like, man, listen, the more go out, the better. That's what I'm telling you. I said, bro, listen, bro, like this junk don't even feel like winning. I said, I don't even feel like I'm gonna enjoy my bread. I said, how you gonna enjoy your bread? I said, bro, once they find out who's bringing this shit in here, they gonna try to goddamn throw the book at our dumb ass, bro. I'm telling you, he was like, man, look, I'm grinding. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do, man. So he continued on doing his business. He still got down moving around, got down like he was facilitating shit still and all that shit. So I guess it was a nigga downstairs. It was a dude downstairs who he had pumped to. And this dude was another old head dude from Richmond. You know what I mean? So he had pumped to the dude. So I don't know what that happened, man. But all I know is the old head dude roommate went out on the shit. The old head dude roommate go out on the shit. But they was able to bring him back before the police could come. They got him back. They said they was beating on his chest, all type of shit. Mouth to mouth, all type of shit. They said they brought his roommate back. They damn self. So they said when they brought him back, they felt like, yo, like what that dude got? You know what I mean? So they heard about how strong this shit is, you know what I mean? So they took it upon themselves to pull up on my roommate. So we was going to child. We go down the steps. As we get downstairs in the salad port, there's like 10 dudes down there from Richmond. So I'm walking out. I'll get by them. So they see my cellular. Hey, yo, me holler at you real quick, Sean. So I'm about to stop. I look. My cellular was like, we got two pictures. You like, you stop. You know what I mean? I just kept it moving. You know what I mean? So when I come back, nothing happened. He come in the chow hall. I don't say nothing to him. So when we come back, he was like, yeah, look, they talking about they want their money back. That shit too strong. Da, 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 da. They got some powerful shit. I don't know what niggas cutting that shit with. They talking about I'm cutting it, embalming fluid and all this. Like, what? He like, man, look, bro, like, I don't know what they want, but I ain't got no money for them. So as we saying that, I look up, it's a dude in the pod. The dude, one of the old head dudes done came in our pod back from the child. So he looking up at our sale. So I tell him, I say, yo, look, bro, dude looking up at our sale, man. I was like, look, man, like I'm really trying to keep this shit straight because you know he got the bread for the next play. So I'm like, damn, bro, you need to go see what's going on. But I'm like, man, be careful though. He was like, man, I ain't worried about that nigga. So he went downstairs to his other homeboy cell where the dude was standing there. And I looked up and I just seen him arguing. Dude like, man, bring your ass in the cell, shorty. Yeah. Bring your ass in the cell right now, Shawty. I ain't playing with you. Bring your ass in the cell right now. You think it's a game on me, Shawty? You better ask anybody about me, Shawty. Yeah, he snapped. Nigga snapping for he ain't even in our party. Nigga snapping. So my roommate just keep quiet. My roommate ain't really no slouching. He just kind of short, you know what I mean? He walked in the joint. He walked in the cell with dude. Next thing you know, you just heard. Yeah. I hear my roommate voice. Yeah. What's good? Man, what's up? I'm gonna get my goddamn money back. I'm gonna get my... They start wrecking again, so I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, man, shit, man. So I see the Richmond dudes over there. I ain't really want to go intervene or nothing like that, but they know bro in the cell. I mean, these niggas know the count. So I see the Richmond dude that he be talking to kind of at the door. I'm like, yo, I said, man, break this shit up, man. He was like, what? I said, man, break this shit up. I said, the fuck, you trying to fuck the food up, bro? He was like, he went in that bitch, he broke that bitch up. Broke that bitch up. I'm like, man, niggas wildin', man. My silly come out. I was like, man, go to the cell, bro. Wildin', man. He come in that joint, he tired as a bitch. He go back up the steps. He getting out of cell, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, stay your ass in there. I go in the cell, he got a couple of scratches right here. Him and old head tussling. Old head sneak out, he get away with the shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like for real though, like you be having situations when you get into the bag in there, y'all. Like, don't get me wrong, you be situations in there. Now he's fighting over the food. Niggas is going out over the food, man. Like, next thing you know, they gonna be coming to get us for the food, y'all. So boom, I gotta get out this goddamn situation, man. So I'm like, man, this shit crazy. Well, I finally got the chance to talk to J-Rock again. I went and said, I said, yo, bro, look. I said, man, for real, bro. I said, look, man. He was like, Louis, look, I ain't trying to hear it right now, Charlotte. Look, goddamn, if you don't want to no more shit, no more, Charlotte. Look, I'll just give your money back. I can send your money back right now, Charlotte. I can get that money. I said, yeah. Yeah, we get my money back right now then. Right now then, man. You know why I said that, y'all? Even though I know off this joint, I could have made me $700 of butter coming up, man. Like, maybe more. You know what I mean? But I just was like, this shit won't even, it won't even worth it. This shit wasn't even worth it, man. This man made winning feel like losing. Like, I didn't feel comfortable getting money, man. But like, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Not on the geographical shit, but like, this is the first time I ever got money with another nigga that went from my way like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is a dude from the art. I told y'all, like, we kind of far from them. It's a little different in the demographics and all of that shit. So it's like, this is my first time. And it didn't go good. It didn't go good, man. It's like, this is how bad my luck be, man. So like, when bro was talking all that refund shit, I was like, yeah, bro, let's get my money back then. let's get my money back, bro. Like, let's get my money back there, bro. Like, real shit. He was like, all right. He was in the mirror. He was like, all right. He wasn't fucked up or nothing. He all in the mirror, all right. I'm like, for real though, bro, it ain't like that. I said, nah, it ain't no beef or nothing like that. I said, bro, I just saying, bro, listen, I'm not finna be goddamn trying to get no money, bro, and dudes is going out on this shit, bro. Like I ain't trying to be attached to that shit, man. Like later on in life in the bed, like that shit was major trouble if somebody go out and you get caught and you the one that got that shit. Like, but back then it was still fresh. It wasn't like at top, like, you know what I mean? At tip top shit, like you going down crazy and none of this shit. But I was a young nigga and I felt that shit and I got out of a situation, y'all. I could have stayed in that situation. I could have kept getting money, but I just watched this man fight somebody from his own part of town. You know what I mean? And on top of that, dudes is going out. Like, what is the choice of me? Why should I stay in this deal, y'all? I know what y'all saying, bro. You supposed to just keep getting money, bro. You supposed to keep getting money, man. But nah, man, getting money with bro, that shit made winning feel like losing, y'all. So boom, I was out just like that, man. You know what I mean? Next day roll around. Saturday around the corner though. This was Wednesday. Me and him get to argue. Thursday roll around. Bro hopped up, got on the phone. Was like, yo, look, I just told my baby mama, meet your peoples. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So my man went back and got the bread. I called my man. Everything went smooth. When he told me he got the bread, he's like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, bro, listen, bro. Like, I ain't really want to say everything over the jack. So I was talking in code. Like, he couldn't really catch it. So I just left it alone. I was like, bro, I'll write you. You know what I mean? So I let it be. Just told him to hold my bread. So when I come back in the cell, J Rock won't mad. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He won't mad. You know what I mean? He just was like, I could tell that he just was feeling like, man, that's crazy. Weezy in the way, man. Like he had to put his money with it probably, or whatever the case. So who knows how he was whipping it up, man? Who knows why he even really needed my money? His cousin probably just was throwing him his stuff on the love, and he was just making my money. But even though that's nothing too, because I'm still getting the money, so I didn't care how he was getting it. But he made it look like when I came in the cell that it wasn't affecting him. Basically, man, he was like, he had the cold face, like he ain't really talking to me and shit. So they counted after they counted. I was like, so what you mad? What you mad or something? Like, I ain't mad. He was like, I'm about to show you how much bread you missed out on. That's all I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how much bread. I said, bro, listen, you might not even get a chance to enjoy that bread if it's the same stuff. He said, it ain't the same stuff. It ain't the same stuff. It ain't the same stuff, Shawty. I tried to snap. I'm like, yeah, all right, that's cool then. He tried to put it like, yeah, you messed up. Yeah, you got your money back when it wasn't the same stuff from last time. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I don't trust your cousin, bro. Like, your cousin wild and whoever he doing. But y'all know people be making their own little cut. Dudes be get the D block and it's a missile. Dudes cut it however they go. Everybody cuts it, man. You think it ain't getting cut, it's gonna be cut. So even with that jump being a rocket ship that he sent into us, it was still cut already. So like, I don't know what his cousin cutting it with. Don't get me to lie. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I want it out. So he acting like he's shining, like, I missed out on this or missed out on that. So Saturday finally rolled around. He go to visit always on Saturday. So Saturday rolled back around. Bro go straight back over there. He do the same routine, come back. My stomach hurts, use the bathroom. He get in the cell, throw the cut up game. Next thing you know, he in there doing his thing. So after the cut come down, he didn't waste no time. He come back out that joint. I see him hollering at my old play. He hollering at Vic. He hollering at the other white dude I used to holler at. He hollering at all my old plays. You know what I mean? These are all my old plays. I'm watching, he hollering all my old plays. So I see him hollering, you know what I mean? He holler. So I'm like, I ain't paying no man. I started doing something else, man. I went and got on the phone. I did a couple other things, man. So a little time went on. When I finally looked up again, I see it was like 3-4 dudes by our cell. I'm like, they all was from Richmond too. I look like, damn, bro, got all these niggas by the cell phone. So I come up the steps like, I ain't come up the steps like I wasn't smoking. And I went up the steps nice and chill. I get to the joint, I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? My celly in there, he like, oh yeah, you waiting on your celly. I said, bro, listen, bro. Why is you doing everything like this with niggas on the top tier at our cell, bro? I said, man, get them niggas off the top tier. Do whatever you gotta do, bro, and take care of your shit. Niggas like, oh, my bad, Weezy, man, we ain't want. I said, nah, bro, ain't like that. I said, that shit just hot, though, you know what I mean? That shit hot as a bitch, what he doing? He was like, Shawty, he just mad because he ain't in this place, Shawty. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he just mad because he ain't in this place, Shawty. Look, yeah, I told you, Weezy, and I ain't got nothing for you. So don't ask me. I said, bro, I don't even mess with that shit, first off, bro. So you don't gotta give me Nathan, nigga. You know, he was like, yeah, I won't. I want some, all right, just hurry up, man. So he got his shit together, them niggas dip. You know what I mean? So he out there moving around. He out there moving around on that shit, y'all. This is my word. I look up. It's the same dude that downstairs and another nigga, they in the part 229 before we go to dinner. So I see them niggas, I'm like, so he don't know they in the block. So he was in the cell. So he come down the steps. When he come down the steps and see them niggas standing by the payphone, he was like, my roommate was like, he went and stood over here by the Richard dude. Them niggas pushed. Them niggas pulled up. Them niggas looked like they had their jackets on. Them niggas looking serious. Niggas. You see them talking to him and shit. He like, they was like, stand by for child. I don't know what they was saying to him, whatever the case. So I go up the steps. So I'm in the cell, I'm getting my shit, my time. Look, he come in the cell. My roommate come in the cell. He look like he wanted to talk to somebody bad. He was like, hey, shawty, you know this man just came in here and told me I gotta give him half of my package or he gonna stab me. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, the dude from downstairs. I said, the one you fought? He was like, no, this man. He said, if I don't give him half of my shit, he gonna stab me. I'm like, oh, shit. I said, yo, bro, listen, don't bring that shit up here, bro. I'm letting you know. I said, I'm gonna go tell the nigga they ain't coming in. He was like, no, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I said, bro, what you mean? He was like, man, don't say nothing, man. I said, man, shit crazy, man. He was like, yeah, I got a trick for his ass, though. Yeah, I'm gonna give him half of this shit, all right? I'm like, the fuck this nigga about to do? So this nigga got down and stay in the cell. I dip out. He don't go to child. He don't come out when we don't stand by for child. He throw the cut back up, so he stay in the joint. You know what I mean? I come downstairs, so I see Vic. You know what I mean? Vic like, hey, Weezy. Yo, Sally put his word on his kids that want the same shit. I was like, is it though? He was like, I don't think it is. I don't think it is though, but if it was, I did the whole thing again and I ain't go out. He said, ain't nobody going out on that shit, so I don't think it is. I said, that's a good thing there. He was like, you ain't got nothing? I said, nah, I got out of that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, man. He was like, man, yeah, that shit crazy as a motherfucker, man. So I looked, it's the old dude that said he was gonna stab him. He had our cell, they cut us down. I'm like, I'm looking. He talking to him, got his ear to the crack. Like, first time he talking to him, got talking to him. Then I seen the door open, push. And you see my roommate put something in his hand. You know what I mean? Old head come down the steps nice and proud after he got that. Old head was like, he got downstairs, he like, he had his hand, he unballed his hand. He like, exit for child! Everybody dip out. My door open up, I see my roommate, he come out. I look, I seen the old head dude, they shooting back. So we go eat, come back. All you got down here is goddamn keys running down the boulevard. Like once we came into the Salad Port, all you hear is keys running. You like when you hear police run, you can hear the keys. So everybody like, yo, police about to hit the joint. So they come in, they move, they hit our joint, boom. They came in full building, but they shot upstairs. My word, they shot upstairs, man. Like, so they had us kind of like trapped in the Salad Port. Like they was like, they ain't letting nobody up. They was like, they won't let nobody back to the upstairs. So we all trapped in the Salad Port kind of. We looked out the door again, we seen the medical. We seen the medical coming down running with the stretcher. They put us back in our pod. So you can look out your door. You can look out the window and shit and see the boulevard. So once we got back upstairs, we look out the boulevard, we look. Man, they taking old head that came up there threatening my roommate. They taking him out in the stretcher. So I tell him, I said, yo, they taking old dude. My roommate was like, yeah. I gave him the strong pack. I was like, what? He was like, I gave him the strong pack. Yeah, shawty, listen, man, it's all about the money, shawty. All you can see was his goals. Yeah, it's all about the money, shawty. Yeah, it's all about this bread, shawty. That's all it's about. I said, what you mean you gave him the strong pack? I said, everybody say that your shit ain't that same shit. He was like, yeah, I got that. And I said, I got some strong pack. I was like, why you get some strong pack? He was like, the mix. Yeah, that's what my goddamn cousin told me to do. He told me to mix one and one. Yeah, so I ain't never run out of dope. Yeah, I ain't never run out of dope. Yeah. I said, bro, another nigga just went out. He was like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them niggas. Fuck him. Next thing you know, you look up, you see another scratcher coming. I was like, oh shit. It was his roommate. I'm like, yo, man. I'm looking at him like, this shit is nuts. But this man don't give a fuck. As long as he get the dollar, that's all that fucking matters, man. Like, he don't give a fuck if a nigga just went out or not. Y'all so boom. And locked the building down. Building locked down, I promise you, he probably didn't even give a fuck. But all I was doing was every 10 minutes getting up, filling up my cup of water with warm water, bucking that shit. When I sit down here on the top bar, I sit down on my bed, I'm like this. And I'm just drinking the water. I'm just drinking water because I was already feeling like this shit was gonna end bad. I already knew it was. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But I still was thinking like, yo, we locked down again for a nigga getting got down on the fucking almost OD game. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. So I'm drinking the water. And I was dirty off the la from like a week ago. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm trying to get that shit up off. I'm drinking. Next thing you know, you hear, got that blizzard coming in and jump. So when I look, like 29, we right by the steps. Man, we are right by the motherfucking steps, man. Like right there, slightly, like right there. They said, as soon as I heard, yo, they about to come in, you hear the niggas like, you can hear the COs like jumping. He had been skipping the steps. Like, cause he was like, And next thing you know, our door open up. Our door open up, and them niggas was in that bitch. Them niggas was like, look, stand in the back of y'all cell. Stand in the back. Stand in the back. They was like, you step out, white. I stepped out. They was like, stand right here. Put your hands on the bars. I put my hand on the junk with a little rail and shit. I'm like this. They was like, don't look in your cell. They in that junk. Take your clothes off. Turn around. Squat and cough. Squat and cough, goddamn. I want to see your ass cheeks jump. Pause. I was like, damn. Nigga told me he want to see his ass cheeks jump. I was like, it was like, white, your turn. I go on that bitch. I'm like, damn, they tell me squat and cough the whole shit. They got there, get us out. They put us right there. Word, they start hating out. Man, they start shaking out shit now. Crazy. Look up, see the white investigator dude. He walk in. Nigga walk in looking like a Texas Ranger. Nigga walk in. Nigga, what's up, white? What's up, J-Rock? He called my roommate J-Rock. I was like, oh shit. My roommate was like, all you see was some gold teeth. He was like, yeah, look, I just want to let you know, we've been watching you, man, and you know, we know your baby mom's bringing you that shit, man. You know, like I was gonna wait and try to get you the next time your baby mama go, but I'm gonna go ahead and get you now because I already got 2 people saying that you sold them something, man, that's making them go out. Like he was like, you know, we can't have nothing like that on the compound, homie. He said homie and everything. So he was like, so I gotta lock you up, man, and I'm gonna ship you, man. He said, and I'm gonna give you a new street charge, man. He said, because I got people that's gonna testify on you. I was like, oh shit. When he was saying that, the CO was like, bingo! It was in his pillow. I was like, this nigga had it in his pillow. I was like, oh, shit. Goddamn, I'm sitting down there. He was like, get up. My roommate got up. He was like, yeah, like he was going out like Rico on Paid in Full. He was like, he saw them gold teeth. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna still be king when I get out. But he had like a proud look. You know what I mean? He had like a proud look. They got me, took him out. They took bro out. So I'm sitting at the table. They still racking that shit. They fuck our shit up. They don't find shit in my cell. Hey, bring White back up. Before I get ready to go back up the steps, investigator was like, hey, White. I was like, yo, you like, nothing? I was like, this motherfucker, evil genius, because I know he probably heard I had a little bit to do with this. But I got out the game. Now, if I would have got that shit, y'all, that's why I said every play is not a good play. Every play is not a good play, man. Like, that shit made winning feel like losing. Like, it didn't feel like I was getting money in that particular moment, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. So I got out at the right time. I went up in the cell, man. I looked, that shit looked like goddamn Sonic the Hedgehog hit my shit. That shit was tore the fuck up. That shit was a hurricane in my damn cell. Everything was every fucking well, man. But you know what? I didn't go to the fucking hole. It might have took me about an hour and change to fix that cell back up, man. But they packed my roommate shit up and took his shit. And I fixed the cell back up, man. I was still in there and I got away with this shit, man. I got away with that shit. Y'all ain't gonna lie, man. Like, that was some lucky ass shit. My roommate, that nigga got sent to Red Onion behind that shit, man. They sent him to Red Onion, man. They said the old head told on him. The last old head that went out, and they said it was another nigga that was back there that told on him. You know what I mean? That was in one building. So it wasn't looking good for him, man. I don't know what happened with his street case because he was gone. But all I know is, man, that nigga made winning feel like losing, man. And like getting money like that, yeah, it's good money. But that shit wasn't right, having niggas fall out and all that shit. I wasn't with that shit, y'all. Like, it was a major crazy thing, man, that was going on, man. But that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way for you can live out here with your family forever. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger game. So what did y'all do with this one? Like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. What? Y'all be safe. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.